Hi, this is Jason Fielder with the Daily Forex Report for April 21st. We are looking at the US Japanese yen pair first. Let me zoom in a little bit, get a better look at this particular pair. Okay, this pair formed an inside bar today. We could definitely get a breakout to the downside or the upside. It just kind of depends on where the market moves. We are expecting this pair to move potentially as high as 99.60 and possibly as low as 96.90 in this particular pair. Do look for some resistance at the 98.95 level and look for some support at the 97.65 level. Now switching over to the Euro USD pair, this particular pair moved up, closed up. It did form an inside bar as well. We are expecting this pair to move potentially as high as 131.12 and possibly as low as 127.84. Look for some resistance in this pair at 129.94 and look for some support around the 128.86 level. Now switching over to the pound US dollar pair, this particular pair is moved up today. This pair is starting to move sideways, but the bias is definitely to the downside. We are expecting this pair, however, to move potentially as high as 148.44 and possibly as low as 143.09. Now look for some resistance in this pair if it does move higher at the 147.51 level, and look for some support at 145.73. Now let's take a look at the US Swiss. This particular pair is starting to move sideways, biased to the upside. It did close down for today, but we'll have to see where this next session moves. It may be tracking sideways and then break out to the upside. We'll just have to wait and see. Now we are expecting this pair to move potentially as high as 118.13 and possibly as low as 115.36. Look for some resistance around the 117.20 mark and look for some support around the 116.25 level. Now, what am I looking for during this next session? There's really only one trade that I'm looking at, and that's in the US Japanese yen pair. If you back out a little ways, you'll have a better shot at seeing it. Basically, looking for a breakout of this particular session's low, and that would be at the selling at 97. There we go. Selling at 97.64 and moving down to exiting that particular trade at the 96.60 level, which would be roughly around 104 pips. If it does move down to that point, make sure to use a 100 pip stop loss for that particular trade. That about does it for today. As far as the charts go, we did have the Canadian dollar. They released their rate decision yesterday. It was unexpected, unexpectedly dropped to 0.25%, definitely affecting the US Canadian dollar. The pound released their CPI, but it was as expected at 2.9%, so it really didn't affect the market all that much. Now we do have the pound releasing their public finance for March at 4:30 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, and the consensus is that it has gone up from 4.4 billion to 18.0 billion. So definitely have to keep an eye on that news announcement. Well, until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.